Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Our mission, as always, is pretty simple. Cut through all the noise, get you straight to the stuff that really matters.
That's right.
And today, we're tackling something huge. It really affects everyone.
Yeah.
How to actually boost your income, like real financial growth.
Yeah, moving beyond just scraping by.
Exactly. We're drawing from a great source today. It's called Boosting Your Income, Strategies for Financial Growth. And honestly, it's packed with some really fresh ideas and practical steps.
It really is. Some surprising stuff in there.
Yeah, we're going to unpack those insights, give you that shortcut to, expanding what you earn, moving way past just saving pennies. And you know that feeling, right? That little nagging thought that, well, no matter what you make, it never feels like quite enough.
Oh, yeah. Very familiar for many.
For ages, the advice was always save more, cut back. And look, that's important, obviously.
Can't ignore it.
But what if the real power, the real leverage, isn't just trimming expenses, but actually growing the earning side?
Now you're talking.
And this is where, the source material really flips things on its head.
Yeah.
Instead of constantly trying to shrink your life down to fit your income,
Right.
imagine actively growing your income to fit the life you want. That's where it gets really exciting, I think. Opens up so much more.
Totally different perspective.
So let's dig into that, this huge mindset shift. We're so kind of trained to focus on being frugal, saving every bit.
Yeah, the default mode.
But this idea, yufting from just saving more to proactively earning more, it's not just words, is it? What does that shift actually mean? Why is it so, powerful?
It's fundamental, really. It's a total reorientation. What's fascinating, and the source highlights this, is that saving, while absolutely essential for, security,
Yeah.
it has a ceiling. There's only so much you can actually cut back, right? You hit zero eventually.
True.
But when you pivot, when you focus on earning more, you genuinely open up, essentially unlimited possibilities.
Mm.
There's no theoretical cap on how much value you can create and thus how much you can earn. It's that move from what they call a scarcity mindset, always thinking, how do I make this little bit last?
Right. Stretching things thin.
Exactly. To an abundance mindset, which asks, how can I create more? How can I bake a bigger pie? It really forces you to ask, are you playing defense with your finances or offense?
Defense or offense? I like that.
And the source is pretty clear that only one of those really offers, true long-term financial freedom.
That scarcity to abundance idea, that really does change the game. And it makes you think immediately about, how you earn money. The source talks about active versus passive income. That distinction seems really key.
Oh, absolutely vital. Active income is what most of us know best. It's money you get directly for your time, your effort.
Like a regular job.
Your 9 to 5, exactly. Or
Right.
freelancing where you bill by the hour or per project. Your income is tied directly to you actively working. Stop working.
Income stops.
Right. Passive income, though, that's different. That's money you earn with minimal ongoing effort after you've done the initial setup work.
Okay, like what?
Think about income from investments, royalties from a book you wrote years ago, or maybe profits from a digital course that sells over and over.
Ah, okay.
The real magic of passive income, and people love this idea, is that it can make money for you while you're sleeping or on vacation or, doing other things.
That sounds pretty good.
It does. But the ideal mix, and the source stresses this, is having both. Active income pays the bills now, keeps the lights on.
Right, covers the essentials.
While passive income, that's what builds your long-term wealth. That's what gives you real financial freedom down the road.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've got the mindset shift. We understand active versus passive.
Uh-huh.
What are the practical things people can do, maybe starting today? Let's think about someone listening. Let's call her Sarah. She feels stuck, wants more. What's step one?
Okay, for Sarah, or anyone feeling that way, a really great starting point, and our source highlights this, is freelancing, or just monetizing skills you already have online.
Skills people might not even realize are valuable.
Exactly. People often underestimate things like maybe they're great writers or good with graphic design, or they know social media inside out, or even just really organized administrative skills.
Mm-hmm.
Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, even LinkedIn, they're great places to connect with clients looking for those skills.
Right.
And here's a quick tip the source implies. When you set up a profile, don't just list what you do. Focus on the problem you solve for the client. That helps you stand out.
Focusing on the value. Smart.
Definitely. And the flexibility is huge. You set your hours, your rates. It's a fantastic way to add to your main income or potentially build something bigger over time.
That's really practical. But okay, starting freelancing. What's a common roadblock, something people hit early on?
Yeah, good question. Two big ones often come up: pricing yourself and imposter syndrome, feeling like you're not good enough.
Right. Undercharging or feeling like a fraud?
Exactly. The source advises doing your homework. See what others charge for similar work, and then price yourself confidently based on the value you deliver. Don't sell yourself short.
Okay.
And beyond freelancing, think about starting a side hustle. This is maybe a bit broader.
How so?
It's about leveraging your interests, maybe a passion or some expertise you have, to build another income stream, often one that can scale maybe more than just trading hours for money.
Okay, like what kind of things?
Oh, lots of options. Maybe content creation, starting a blog, a YouTube channel, even a podcast about something you love. Or things like print on demand. You design, say, t-shirts or mugs, and another company handles all the printing, shipping.
Oh, interesting. So you don't handle inventory.
Right. The key thing here is you're building something that's entirely yours. Often it comes from a real interest, so it feels less like just grinding out work. It's more like building an asset.
I really like that idea of turning a passion into something more. But, I mean, that sounds like it could take a lot of upfront work, right? Especially if you're already busy.
Oh, absolutely. That's the reality check. Passive income is often very active to set up. That initial effort is real.
Okay, good to keep in mind.
But the potential payoff is growth that can go way beyond what an hourly wage usually offers. And, what if someone feels like, I don't really have a skill or I don't have a passion I can monetize?
Yeah, what then?
There's still a really powerful path. Learning new in-demand skills. The whole digital world is changing so fast.
Yeah.
And there's massive demand for skills like, say, copywriting, writing persuasive text, or video editing, even just understanding how to use AI tools effectively, like ChatGPT or Midjourney.
Leaning into the new tech.
Exactly. You could use ChatGPT to help generate content ideas fast, or use Midjourney to create unique images for projects or clients. And learning these, there are tons of resources: Coursera, Udemy, even just free tutorials on YouTube. You can pick these skills up pretty quickly.
And the return on that time investment could be huge.
Potentially massive, yeah. You can offer these skills as a freelancer or even use them to become more valuable in your current job.
That brings up another point. What about our existing jobs? Is there something powerful there we often miss?
Yes. And connecting this to the bigger picture of boosting income, don't ever underestimate asking for a raise or a promotion.
The direct approach.
It's often overlooked or people feel awkward about it.
Yeah.
But if you've been doing good work consistently, maybe taking on more responsibility, adding real value, you deserve to be paid fairly for it.
Makes sense.
Our sources suggest this is often the absolute quickest way to get a significant income bump. But here's a key tip, a sort of hidden gem. Don't just ask. Prepare.
How so? Prepare what?
Build your case. Create like a value proposition for yourself. List your accomplishments, specifically times you saved the company money or made the company money. Do your research on what your role is worth, and the market sites like Glassdoor or LinkedIn can help.
Got it. Go in armed with data.
Exactly. Present your case confidently, backed by facts. It's much harder to say no to that.
That's a great reminder to advocate for ourselves. It can feel intimidating, though. Okay, and finally, thinking more long-term now. Building real wealth. What does the source point to?
Right. For the long game, two big strategies come up: smart investing and creating digital products.
Okay, investing first. That can feel complex.
It doesn't have to be. You can start simply. Low-cost index funds, or ETFs, are often recommended. An ETF, that's an exchange-traded fund.
Right.
It's basically a basket of investments, like stocks or bonds, all bundled together, but it trades like a single stock. So it makes getting diversification, spreading your risk, really accessible, even if you're just starting.
Makes it easier to get started without picking individual stocks.
Exactly. And the real power over time is compounding. Earning returns on your returns. Even small amounts invested consistently can grow hugely over decades. It's like interest earning its own interest.
The snowball effect.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And the other piece is creating digital products, things like ebooks, online courses, maybe templates people can use, or even stock photos. You create the asset once you write the book, record the course, and then you can sell it over and over again. That's real leverage. The work is upfront, but the potential for ongoing passive income is significant.
Wow, those are fantastic. Really concrete ideas, covers a lot of ground. But let's go back to Sarah, or anyone listening who feels like they're just trying to keep their head above water, living paycheck to paycheck. All these options. It must feel overwhelming.
Oh, absolutely. We actually had a listener message about that exact feeling. Where do I even start when I'm just trying to pay my bills?
Yeah, it's a very real situation.
It is, and it's completely understandable. If that's you listening, you are definitely not alone. The absolute key, and I really want to stress this based on the source's pragmatic approach, is start small. Pick one thing.
Just one.
Just one. Don't try to launch 5 side hustles and learn coding and start investing all at once. That's just a recipe for getting overwhelmed and doing nothing.
Okay, so for someone paycheck to paycheck, what's that one thing look like?
Yeah, I'd recommend focusing on a quick win. Something that can create just a little bit of financial breathing room relatively quickly. Can you identify just one skill you already have?
Like we talked about earlier.
Exactly. Maybe you're naturally tidy and good at organizing. Maybe you can write a decent email. Maybe you love animals and could pet sit. Offer that skill as a simple freelance service for just a few hours a week.
Even if it's just a small amount of money.
Yes. Even if it brings in an extra, say, $100 or $200 a month, that can make a massive difference when things are tight. It might mean covering a bill without that intense stress, or finally starting to build a tiny emergency cushion.
Okay, so get that breathing room first.
Get that breathing room. Then, once you have a little bit more capacity, both financially and mentally, then you can start exploring maybe learning a new skill or thinking about a side hustle that might take longer to build. But the crucial part is taking that very first step. It doesn't matter how small it feels. Momentum builds. It really does.
That's such good advice. Really practical and empathetic. Breaks down that huge wall of overwhelm. Okay, so let's recap quickly. Boosting your income. It's not some, pipe dream.
Not at all.
It's actually a tangible goal. You can achieve it with the right mindset and, importantly, those focused, actionable steps.
Absolutely.
So, to help everyone listening take that crucial first step, we're throwing down a little challenge. We're calling it the 7-Day Income Growth Challenge.
Ooh, I like it.
Here's the deal. By the time you finish listening to this deep dive, we want you to pick just one idea. One thing we talked about today that kind of sparks something for you.
Just one. Keep it simple.
Exactly. Maybe it's doing that research on asking for a raise. Maybe it's signing up for one free online course to start learning that skill. Maybe it's finally setting up a basic profile on a freelancing site. Or maybe it's just sitting down and brainstorming 3 side hustle ideas you might actually enjoy.
All great starting points.
Your challenge is simple. Take one concrete action on that one idea within the next 7 days.
Yeah.
Don't get bogged down in perfecting it. Just start. Make one move.
Action is key.
It really is. Remember, your financial future, it really is largely in your hands. And taking that first step, no matter how small you think it is, that's honestly the most powerful move you can make. Just imagine, where could you be financially a year from now if you start taking these small steps today?